So for those who haven't heard of the company, Chalice is a fairly unique, well-funded business with a proven ability to acquire assets at an early stage, make discoveries, take those assets up the value curve, and also monetize in a disciplined manner. And the history of the company is very strong in this regard. We've created a significant amount of value and also returned a substantial amount of cash to our shareholders. And that's given us the treasury to think very big and very long term on the assets we get involved with. We currently have 25 million in working capital and investments. We haven't raised any capital on the market since 2011. That, for those who are aware, we are in a trading halt at the moment. We are going back to the market for $30 million at $1.05. That will be the first time we have gone back to the market in some time. And really the catalyst for doing that is the new discovery we've made at Julimar. And it's really one that we want to be prepared with a position of real strength and financial strength to take that project forward in a rapid manner. So our treasury and our capability allows us to hold a very large portfolio of very large holdings, and we have the very well credentialed people running our exploration efforts. So our three key projects in Australia, obviously our recent discovery is the one that's really captured the market's attention at Julimar. It's only about 70 kilometres northeast of Perth here. It's a first hole discovery. Now about 8 weeks ago, we hit a very high grade shallow nickel copper PGE sulfide intersection. It's in a brand new province, so the upside on this project looks absolutely fantastic. And the optionality is also very good for us. We own 100% of that property, and it is essentially completely unexplored ground. So it's a very exciting project. We have two other projects which we're continuing work on that arguably could stand on their own feet in any company. We have a brand new, or recently discovered, greater than 4 kilometre long gold trend that we've defined in Victoria. And we currently have 2 diamond rigs running on that property at the moment. We're one of the largest holders of exploration license in Victoria, and again, it's all 100% owned by Chalice. The King Leopold project as well in the western part of the Kimberley is a part of the world again that's a very much a frontier area. So again, we have a large holding in that part of the world, and that is the common theme with our projects. We like to really dominate the provinces we're involved in, and yet really step up the exploration efforts and explore in an aggressive and systematic manner. We have a very tight capital structure and a strong financial position. Our insiders speak for a large quantity of the register. Our chairman holds 17% of the company. We have a very large institution based in San Francisco, owns 11% of the company. And in our current capital raising, we're getting very strong demand from institutional investors, which is fantastic. There's approximately 275 million shares on issue at the moment, which capitalise us at about $300 million. And as you can see on the bottom right there, our share price has responded exceptionally well to the discovery. It is still early days for this project. We believe there's a lot of growth yet to come. So the project, as it shows you there on the map, is just outside of Perth here in Western Australia. It was a high-grade discovery with the very first drill hole, and I guess since that first drill hole, we've uncovered what looks to be a very remarkable new discovery in a completely new province for the state. So it's approximately an hour's drive out of town here in Perth, which means that it is exceptionally well located in terms of infrastructure access and logistical support. It is a layered ultramafic complex that we believe strikes over 26 kilometres. And we staked this ground in 2018 on the basis that conceptually we thought it could be prospective for magmatic sulfides. And now we've obviously confirmed that it is very, very prospective for those metals. Quite unbelievably, it had never been explored for those metals previously. So that I guess makes it extra special. We did a program of early stage exploration to get to the point where we were ready to drill a hole in March of this year, and that led us to drill our discovery hole and hit the high-grade zone that we did. We've then expanded our license holding substantially with over 2,000 square kilometres of new applications in the area. So we've very much cemented our position in the province. So our first drill hole targeted a strong EM conductor, and that delivered the result as it's shown there on that page: 33 metre wide high-grade zone, grading 6.5 grams palladium, 1.6% nickel, and 0.7% copper. And that was quite special, I guess, because it was in fresh sulfides at 44 metres downhole. So it's quite unusual to hit that sort of zone so shallow, and it was essentially a brand new discovery in a previously unrecognised intrusive complex. We've subsequently gone and drilled now 15 drill holes around the intrusive, and in doing that, we've discovered that there's 2 parallel high-grade zones that we know about to date. And every single drill hole we've drilled into the intrusive comes back with mineralisation. We're getting plus 100 metre intercepts with PGE mineralisation, which we view as highly encouraging. And this establishes, I guess, a new magmatic sulfide province, and certainly a pretty remarkable discovery. A zoom in here on our 2 parallel high-grade zones. The second zone, the eastern zone, is listed there, the discovery intercept for that zone. Again, not quite as high grade as the first hole, but a stunning intercept nevertheless. We've established at the moment that there's at least 200 metres of strike extent to the zone, and we have an untested anomaly immediately south, about 200 metres to the south, that we're now targeting as where to grow these high grade zones. We've also, in the process of hitting the high grade zones 200 metres to the north, we have established that there is mineralisation down to approximately 450 metres below surface. So it appears that this is not only a widespread laterally mineralisation, but there appears to be a good depth extent to the ore body as well. Diamond drilling is continuing at the moment, and we're about to start a comprehensive 2-rig RC program as well. We've got a squid EM program underway at the moment to, I guess, give us the next level of resolution on our geophysics, and we are awaiting all assays on our 3 initial diamond holes. Some of those, the core from those initial diamond holes are shown there on the right-hand side. As you can see, very well-preserved sulfides, very close to surface, and you can see there that those widths are appreciable. So they're 2 steep westerly dipping zones, and they remain wide open, certainly along strike and down dip. The intrusive, we believe, has a chonolith type of geometry. We're inferring that geometry from the magnetics. We believe we've gone some way to verify this interpretation with the deep diamond drilling we've done to date. The dimensions of the system are quite substantial, so about 1.6 kilometres long, about 700 metres wide, and about 650 metres deep, which is a very large scale target. It also, the geometry and regional geology here have some similarities to some very significant discoveries and magmatic sulfide deposits globally, including the world's 2nd largest deposit of this type called Jinchuan in China. And I think the most enticing thing about this project is that there's a further 24 kilometres of the complex that we haven't yet accessed and we haven't yet explored, and we're going through that process now. So we've uncovered some very limited historical sampling work that was done in that state forest area immediately north of our discovery, and as you can see there, the magnetics are quite prominent as they strike to the northeast through that area. We've got some highly anomalous soils and stream sediments in that area for both nickel, copper, and PGEs. So we say, I guess we're inferring a very high priority target for us and a hugely exciting degree of upside to this project, given that those soil anomalies are up to 10 kilometres away from our current discovery. So that is a truly special discovery for the company, and has really re-rated the valuation of the company, and obviously, as you can see, a lot more to come. Now, I guess any company would be happy with that project alone, but as well as that key project, we've got a very large land holding in Victoria, as I mentioned. So we are looking for another Fosterville type of deposit in Victoria. We're exploring in the northern part of the central goldfields in Victoria, essentially in a part of the state that is completely unexplored. And I guess the reason why I guess this is such a hot part of the world at the moment for exploration is what was achieved by Kirkland Lake at the Fosterville gold mine. So a very large new discovery was made there, approximately 3 million ounces at approximately an ounce per tonne, which is very, very high grade, and it's made Fosterville one of the most profitable gold mines in the world. We've adopted a very much a systematic regional scale approach. We've been drilling now continuously for essentially 2 years. That's narrowed us down to 2 target areas called Carry and Ironbark, and we've essentially started our first test of those 2 targets at depth a couple of months ago. Our first target, Carry, strikes over 4 kilometres, as I said. So this figure here shows you the gold anomaly that's we've got from limited air core drilling. As you can see, the length from north to south there, 4 kilometres, and we've drilled we've got results from 1 diamond hole thus far, and that diamond hole went straight through a primary gold zone, 11.5 metres at 1 gram gold, which we think is a highly encouraging result, given that it is essentially a blind target that we were drilling. So we believe there's a very good chance that a significant gold system exists here below this anomaly, and that's why we're continuing to drill with 2 diamond rigs at the moment. And I guess for context, why do we think a 4 kilometre long continuous gold anomaly is so significant? I guess the Fosterville gold mine strikes over about 4.5 kilometres, and approximately 8 million ounces came out of that 4.5 kilometre strike length. So we think that the size of the prize here is obviously very significant, and certainly if you can find a high grade lode like Kirkland did at depth there with the Swan Zone, we believe that will be obviously very substantial. The other target we're drilling, and we'll be drilling 2 additional holes into shortly, is called Ironbark. We've done limited air core drilling on this target to date, as well as 1 diamond hole into the northern intrusion. We're looking at 2 prominent magnetic features there that we believe are quite compelling drill targets, and quite simple drill targets. So we're looking to drill an additional diamond hole into each one of these intrusive bodies, and thus far we've got reasonable gold grades in that limited drilling, which leads us to believe that these could be quite significant company-making types of discoveries in their own right. So that program is about to commence. This is what our forward plan looks like for the next few months. We've scaled up our activities significantly at Julimar, as you'd expect. We've got a squid EM program ongoing at the moment on the property, as well as some soil sampling to really expand and tighten up our coverage there. I mentioned RC drilling. That's about to commence again with 2 rigs later this month. And we're looking really to scope out the entirety of the large-scale system with that phase 2 RC drilling program. We're also continuing on with 1 diamond rig drilling on the Gonville discovery at the moment, and very importantly, I think as well, we're kicking off initial mineralogy and preliminary metallurgical work to really, I guess, get a sense of how this discovery may perform in terms of processing. Also, there is listed the time frame for us in Victoria. So we think it's a compelling investment proposition. The new discovery we've made has substantial scale potential, and it's a very well located project. And obviously, on top of that, you get exposure to our early stage activities in Victoria, where we've got this quite exceptional looking target there. That's a long strike from a number of world-class gold deposits. As I said before, the company has a track record of creating value. We do have a strong company, and we post capital raise at the moment we're intending to be even stronger.